So what's been going on with you guys? What's up?
Nothing,
What's up? What's up?
nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. I want to say hello to the people, man. It's all about the people. But quick shout out to my mom. My mom got me this mic for Christmas. You know
Ba,
what I
ba, ba,
mean? Like the
ba.
Grinch. The
Shout
Grinch.
out to moms.
Moms.
So helping me build the brand by buying this microphone. So I want to give her love. But it's good, man. It's just been a crazy 2020, man. The global bastard just affect our lives, man. But at the same time, the beauty of it is that Zoom brought people together. You know what I mean? Like even though we're fucking with StreamYard, but Zoom has brought a lot of people together. So tell me, brothers, what have you learned personally going through the global bastard?
After you start.
Well, I tell you one thing. Well, I tell you what I learned is that people take shit for a joke. Like a lot. Deadass, man. Like you heard about it, you heard it was coming, and then I've been to Atlanta, I've been to a couple places. People just walking around like this shit is nothing. You know what I'm saying? And like personally, I'm glad that nobody in my immediate family, has passed away from it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's been like a 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. Like I know a friend of a friend and something like that. But but one thing I did learn though is that we all knew this, but it's like, instead of, like education going around about what to eat and how to keep yourself right, it's just like a lot of fear be getting pumped. Yeah. So I kind of see why, I kind of see why people are kind of not taking it seriously, because they're like, I'm not going to live in fear. I'm going to live a certain way, but there's some careless shit going on out here, man. And I've seen it.
But I feel like it's fear and common sense. You know what I mean? Common sense is, think about other people. The things, the shit, you can get sick and you can die. This shit is real, especially if you have a bad immune system or whatever. This shit is serious. And so people trying to equate them fear. Nah, it's common sense. It's like me personally, like Judah, if you invite me to your house, right? And I say, can I use the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
I'll take a shit in the toilet. I have a right to not flush the toilet, right? But I'm going to flush the toilet, right?
I double dare you to try. I double dare you to try.
I'm going to open up the window. I'm going to put some air. I'm going to air freshen the bathroom. It's out of respect. It's the same thing with the mask. It's like, just put the fucking mask on. Stop trying to equate your freedom. Yeah, you have the freedom to not wear a mask, but think about other people. Like, I'm not trying to get sick. I'm not trying to bring that shit to family members. So it's common sense.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it, but this is also the funny thing is you're using key words here like common sense, caring about others, right? Even before the pandemic, right? Where were we as people? People will overstep you on a bus. People won't even give up their seat for a pregnant lady or an old person when it's clearly even a seat that's designated to that person. And this is before we got hit with this. So if I can say, if anything, yes, it's real, because I almost lost my life at the beginning of this whole thing. Food poisoning combined with COVID, combined with my diabetes, type 1 being like that since I was free, so it's not type 2. So anyone listening who thinks I need to stop eating sugar, it's in my DNA. I didn't have a choice. But this is the thing that put me in a very severe situation. However, one thing I will say, I've always been on a bit on the fence about it, is yes, if your immune system's crap, then it's not going to help. If you're not being looked after, it's not going to help. You will get severely sick and you can die from this whole thing. But one thing that definitely showed me is that in some senses with the COVID, if it's like, okay, a couple weeks of going through hell, fine. But I'm more scared of my actual diabetes, because that stuff, when I didn't have the proper care that I should have had in the hospital, and that treatment, and not knowing kind of what's going on with other bits and bobs, that left me in this weird loop. So for me, it actually put more fear into the sense of what my actual health is. But also touching back on what 2020 showed me is that people don't know themselves. Simple as, because you've had people going stir crazy. That's why when people are breaking the rules, that's why the reason when they're going out and they're interacting, because their day was always set up as in, I get up, I go to work. I then, after I finish work, I then go, go to my family, or I go to the bar, or I go to a restaurant with a friend. And then I get up, rinse and repeat. Oh, the weekend might be gym. It might be this. And you've literally led this whole life, but you haven't spent enough time with yourself to even know what you truly like. Your hobbies are based off trends. Fidget spinners is a great example of that. No one really knew what fidget spinners were. It was made for kids who actually who was fidgeting and who've got that. I think it's like dyslexic orders and such. So don't sorry if I'm not saying it in its official capacity, but it's made for kids who need that to kind of keep them occupied. Then it became a big fad. The woman lost out because she didn't paint in her idea. It became a global phenomenon, and then once it became boring, everyone put it to the side again. So, if anything, 2020 should have shown people like, this is a time for you, to work on your own businesses, maybe sit down and actually have a moment to yourself. It's okay to binge watch TV and catch up. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
But once again, mask on. Like Quavo and the rest of them lot, like mask on. They were saying, they were telling, there was hints already, guys. I'm telling you, China and all of them Asian continents, well, I think definitely China does, in some parts of Japan. That's why they're always masked up. And that's just on pollution levels.
For real. And then if you
they've been maxed up. They was maxed up from like 2010.
And probably I say from Ninja days, but
real talk. But we were masked up back in the days when we were little, when Halloween days when we wore those shitty ass plastic masks with the little fucking hole in the middle. You remember, right? But real talk, crazy, man. Real talk says, how's it been in New York? Because what I've heard is like, when it first hit in New York, it was like I Am Legend. Talk about that a little bit. Like when COVID hit in New York.
It was like I Am Legend because, the supermarkets, like I've never seen nothing like this in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was basically like the world was about to end. You know what I'm saying? Like people were fighting over like toilet paper and water and all that stuff. Lines out the supermarkets, lines everywhere, everything shut down. The trains were crazy. It's like, it was bananas. And, I can honestly say that, it's a blessing because I have not been in the house not one day since all this started. You know what I'm saying? I've been out every single day. You know what I mean? And because I really didn't have a, choice. Because, it's like, basically I was an essential worker. You know what I'm saying? So when people had problems, they were calling me, you know what I mean? And I had to go and take care of it. But at the same time, you see, it's like I get to see different areas, man. And what's going on was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy out here, and it's still crazy out here. Like you have people, like you have people that are going along with it, wearing their mask and doing what they have to do. But then you have people that are just outlaws. And they're like, fuck this, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not wearing no mask. Ah! You know what I mean? And like, these are the people you got to tell. These are the people you got to tell in the store. Like, yo, you on my heels, B. 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or like you walking up on me, like people that just walk up on you. Like, hey, do you know it? But whoa. Like, yo, it's COVID, man. It's COVID. Stand back. Like, you really have to do this. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this out here. But the weird thing to me is that, like, all right, if you're in Brooklyn, Manhattan, you can't go to a restaurant. But you could drive 30 minutes to Long Island and go sit down like none of this shit is going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the weird part. You know what I'm saying? It's like some parts are locking stuff down. But like I said, you could drive like 20, 30 minutes and act like the shit not even happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bananas, bro. Like different boroughs are taking, well, Long Island's not a borough. Damn near like they have their own laws, but it's still here. So, you can go to different places and it's like a different world 20 minutes away. That's the shit that's bugging me out. I'm like, yo, it's serious in Brooklyn, but it's not serious in Long Island. Like, what's going on?
Right. And I think
it's crazy.
Yeah. And I think the fucked up thing about it, because there's no unilateral federal game plan
guidelines.
for guidelines for the whole country. So each state, each borough, whatever, has their own way of dealing with it. And so that's the reason why it's so fucked up.